All right, my bad. I had to get that out right. It's a versus night. Bobby Brown is playing in the background, so I'm just having fun. I'm gonna cook with y'all. Y'all know who it is. Fat Boy Chronicles coming again with another dish. Hey, today we're gonna make Cioppino. I'm gonna tell you why. Had a whole bunch of seafood. I need to get rid of it before it spoils. So I'm gonna cook it. I had a couple vegetables too. So we're gonna be making Cioppino. For those of you who do not know what Cioppino is, it is it's the real San Francisco treat, right? So it's a California fish stew. Italian based. So real easy, real fun. Check it out. All right, quick disclaimer, okay? My vegetables are not the freshest, right? Because I had them for a couple days. So when you make yours at your house, make sure you get fresh vegetables. But this is leftover. I had a gig, and I used a lot of these elements in my cooking. So I had these left over, so I wanted to make sure I use them because I didn't want to throw them away. All right, so this is what you're gonna need. All right, you need a can of tomatoes, a can of tomato paste, an onion. I got some anise here, and then I got some parsley over here, and then I got some mussels, some clams, some shrimp, and you're gonna need some seafood stock. That's it. Oh, did I show you how this fish? And some fish. You don't have to use the fish, but I have some leftover fish, so I'm gonna use this fish. But that's all you need. Oh yeah, I had this in the refrigerator too, so it wasn't no point in wasting it. So this is 2 leeks. So make sure when you have your leeks, you cut them up into rounds, and then make sure you soak these in some water because a lot of that dirt gets in between there, and you definitely don't want dirt in your soup. So add some leeks in there if you like it. I bet y'all don't know this song playing in the background. Can y'all hear it? All right. All right. So what this is some fish. You don't have to add fish, but I had some leftover fish. This is flounder, but you can use any fish, a good white fish that's going to be sturdy, that's not going to fall apart, right? Because I can't stand when that happens, right? So just to fortify with a little flavor, I'm gonna do a quick sear on each side, right? So I just seasoned it with just regular house seasoning, and then put a little bit of flour to put a little crustification on there. And we'll add this to some olive oil. I probably could let the skillet get a little hotter than that, right? All right, so we're not gonna cook it all the way through, but we just wanted to get a little bit of, not even quite Wesley Snipes, maybe Luther Vandross, and then we're gonna take it out. All right, y'all. So in here, what I got, I have the leeks, I have an onion, and I have my anise, right? Leeks, optional. Onions, mandatory. Anise, in my opinion, mandatory. It's a smell and it's a flavor that you can only get from those. And as soon as it hit the oil, man, it started to emit that smell. Like, hey, if you're not cooking with it, you need to start. And get yours fresh though. All right, so I just added this. I added a little salt to draw out some of the moisture, and then we're gonna let these cook, not until they're all the way brown, but until they soften. All right, so you see it's cooking down. I don't know if y'all can see with the fog and with the steam. All right, so I added garlic. Now I broke my own rule, and I used the jar garlic, right? Because it's late and I'm hungry, and yeah, it's a little quicker. But you at your house, you use fresh garlic, all right? I told y'all better than that. All right, so I put a lot of garlic. How much garlic is this? I don't know, but enough until your neighbors start knocking on your door like, what are you cooking? Or they say, hey, you stink down there. That's how you know you got enough garlic. All right, so garlic, leeks, anise, onions, cook them down for another couple minutes. All right, to that, this is a can of tomato paste. And we just kind of want to incorporate that a little bit just to knock some of that. Man, you really can't sit with this much. Knock some of that raw tomato flavor out. Let it incorporate. We're going to deglaze it with some white wine. Can y'all see me? All right, we'll do this because that other one was a little foggy. All right, so if you missed it, I put half a can of tomato paste. If you like a real tomatoey, put the whole can of tomato paste in there. But I just put a half can because I really wanted it to be more seafoody than tomatoey. So that's why I did what I did. But you know what I'm saying? Do you at your house. All right, so I got half a bottle of wine, white wine. This came from Aldi's. It's cheap. Get cheap, right? So we're going to put half a bottle of white wine in there to deglaze it. All right? And then to that, I'm going to add some seafood broth. Boom, right here. Half a box of seafood broth. And we're going to do that there. Okay? All right, so basically it's done. We're just going to add our seafood, right? So we're just going to add a few aromatics to this. But it's really seafoody based. And if you have some of what I am going to add to this, if you have some of that anchovies, great time to add that, right? It adds a fishy saltiness to it that is really going to make this really good. I'm going to make mine relatively thick Some people make theirs really soupy, but mine's gonna be more along a stew texture. All right, but hey, this is it. All right, so what's this? All right, so I got some crushed red pepper because it needs spice. Again, you add that to taste. I got some garlic powder because it just needs more garlic. Some basil, dried basil, and then we're gonna drop a bay leaf in there, and then we're gonna put a few shakes of Worcestershire sauce. All right, I like Worcestershire sauce. Again, this is my version. You do you, and you do yours the way you like it at your house. All right, let me stop playing. All right, so we're gonna let that go for about 10-15 minutes with the top on. If you want it to be soupy, if you want it to be more rich, take the top off. I kind of tinted mine just a little bit. So we're just gonna let all those flavors come together, and then we're gonna add our seafood. Now, you wanna be really, 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 really careful with the salt, because it's better to undersalt the soup now, because everything you're adding comes from the sea, which means it comes with its own level of salt to it. So you can quickly oversalt this if it's too salty now, or if it's very, like just right now. By the time you add your seafood, it's gonna be too salty, right? So let's just be real careful on our salt. So we're gonna let it go for a few minutes, and then we're gonna introduce our seafood, and then we'll be ready to plate it up. You will be there every little step. All right, so we got shrimp here. We're gonna add these first, and all that liquid that came with the shrimp. When we fry shrimp, of course, we want to make sure they're dry. But in this kind of situation, we want all of that good seafood juice to get in there. That's gonna really just add another layer of flavor, or intensify my seafood flavor. So can you see this? Let's come to like a low simmer. All right, and then we're gonna start adding our seafood. So shrimp goes in first, boom. And then we're gonna let this go for like 30 seconds or so, and then we're gonna add our other seafood. All right, so we want them to be put in raw, and then give off a little bit of their seafoodiness to the broth, and then the broth is gonna impart into the seafood. So it's just gonna be a whole little homogenation of all the good flavors in there. All right, clams go in. All that clam, no, it's not. This is mussels. Mussels are going in next with all that good mussel broth. Boom. And then clams going in right behind it. Boom. All right. So the only thing we're gonna do now is cut this fire on low, because the good thing is these are already pre-cooked. So we just need to mix these up together. All right. So I'm gonna take a picture of it so y'all can see it, but I'm just gonna let it all come together. I'm cutting my fire off, and then I'm just gonna put my lid on there. All right. So the heat that it generated already from it boiling is gonna make sure that it's finished the rest of the way. All right. Check back. Y'all see that? Y'all see the mussels in there? The shrimp. Let me pull up a clam somewhere. The clams in there. All right, this is all rich and good clam meat, all that good stuff. All right, it's done. And it smells like seafood paradise in here. All right, so only thing we're gonna do now is just add our parsley, and then we're gonna finish it with some basil. You gotta add the fresh basil and some good crusty bread, like a good sourdough bread to do in there. So again, we always add fresh herbs at the end. We don't want to add them and then all the freshness is cooked out. So fresh parsley, and then I'm gonna shift out some basil to add to the top, and then soup is done. We're gonna be ready to serve it. All right, y'all. We here with the time to plate. So remember, Cioppino is a soup. I'm gonna do it the Chicago way. I'm gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it my way. So what I did take is some what is this, linguine, right? So I got some linguine. Yeah, of course I did season it because I season everything. And I'm just gonna top my linguine with the Cioppino. So this is not traditional. This is my way. All right, so make sure we get a little bit of everything. So you want some broth in there. Of course you want some shrimp. You want some not scallops. You want some mussels, and you want to make sure that you also have the clams, right? So we got a little bit of everything right here. And then you got to do this part. Now, I say a lot of stuff like, man, hey, do your, at your house, you do your version. Hey, this is a non-negotiable, okay? Non-negotiable, fresh basil. It has to go on here, right? It's not Cioppino unless you put the fresh basil on. So take some basil, cut into strips. There is no substitute for this, all right? No substitute. Has to be fresh, has to be basil. No other herb, fresh basil, okay? You can't beat the flavor, okay? It's gonna take this Cioppino from like a level 8, it'd be good, to automatically takes it to level 10. All right, and so then we're gonna be ready to eat. All right, let's eat. All right, here it is, the culmination of the matter. We're gonna eat it. Now I literally got a fork and a spoon because I don't know which one to use because I just kind of went renegade on the Cioppino. Also, that fish, I think I forgot about that fish we had cooked earlier, that brown. Yeah, so it takes a little while to make these little videos because I gotta wait for stuff to cook and I got hungry. I am a fat black man, so I did like eat the fish. Like this is the last piece of it. So I'm gonna put it on the top. But just know I didn't forget the fish. I know y'all didn't see it show back up in the video. It's because I was snacking on it as I was recording. So I'm sorry. Y'all forgive me. All right. We're gonna eat it. All right. So Cioppino, the San Francisco treat, the Chicago way. All right. I'm going with a fork because I like the pasta. And yeah. All right. So got a little pasta on here. I'm gonna get a nice big shrimp. Shrimp on there. It's good. And that basil, like I said before, you gotta put the basil on there. It's fresh, it's seafoody, it's comforting. So you get all these different flavors. Hey, I'm gonna get one of these clams. You know, one of these clams, you just pick it out. Now you don't have to let these cook long because they can't. I got these from Aldi's, by the way. And shout out to Aldi's. Aldi's, I'm gonna come up. All right, so got a clam with a little sauce on it. They quickly picked up the sauce, that's good. And then mussels. Mussels are good. If you don't like mussels, I don't know why. All right, and this one is a good one. Got a little mussel in there. Hey, it tastes like the ocean. It's good. Make this at your house. Cioppino, the San Francisco treat, the real San Francisco treat. Easy fisherman stew. All right, Italian based. So hopefully you enjoy it. Boom. All right. See you next time. All right. Shameless plug. If you watch this video, you watch to the end. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for watching all the videos that I post. So if you ever said, man, that dude be cooking his ass off, man, I wish I could taste some of his food. You had the opportunity to. So July 24th, I am hosting a dinner party where I will be cooking this Mediterranean theme. This is going to be a 6-course. Yeah, 6, right? The number that comes after 5, but before 7, right? 6 courses of Mediterranean-inspired food. So taking influences from Israel, from Morocco, from Tunisia, from Spain, from Italy, from Greece, right? So I'm excited about it. It's a night of dinner, a night of conversation and cocktails. It's gonna be a really cool vibe. So if you're interested, check out my page. I have more information on it, how you can register to go. Small, intimate setting, but hey, it's gonna be really good food, a really good time. If you ever wanted to hang out and eat with me, whether you follow me and you like my videos, or you just watch and you never say anything, come meet me. All right, let's eat and let's enjoy. Let's have some fun. All right, so to the next video, and some of y'all I'll see at my dinner party. So I'll talk to you. Have a great one.